Hello, my name is Lynette Clement, and this is the August 2020 version of the Love Exquisite Magazine, where I am reading For the Love of Relationships. It's in the For the Love of Relationships section of the August 2020 magazine, and the word of the month is contentment. And that is again in the For the Love of Relationships section. So contentment is the word of the month. So let me first start by saying congratulations on our first year of the Love Exquisite magazine. So thank you to our readers, our subscribers, our sponsors, our columnists, as well as everyone who's been a part of the success. Our editors, I should mention that. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being a part of the success of our 1 year in the magazine. So again, my name is Lynette Clement, and I am reading Contentment. Contentment is a state of happiness and satisfaction. It is a place that everyone should strive to be when in a relationship. We should strive to be content with the person that we choose to be with in a committed relationship. Relationships are not always easy. It is not always easy to blend two worlds into one when you have different mindsets, different communication styles, different educational backgrounds, different upbringings, and just a different way of living. So it's not always easy when you try to merge two worlds into one. However, if you want to have a lasting relationship with the person that you choose, being content and satisfied is important to developing your relationship into a lasting one. So it's important that we leave room for error, yet can still be satisfied and content with our mate. So the better we become at being flexible and compromising and understanding and accepting that we are all imperfect people, that we're just trying to figure out how to coexist harmoniously in this world and in the space around us. And sometimes it's in a small space for a long period of time. So it's not always easy. So getting to know your mate and your likes and dislikes and theirs, and how you govern your relationship will determine how content you are and what it is that you're looking for. So that's more important. You have to know what it is that you're looking for in order for you to be satisfied and content when you get it. If there's a major negative change in the characteristics of your mate that changes how you feel about him or her, then you will have to have a conversation with your mate about how to get back to a place of satisfaction and contentment. If you cannot get to a place of satisfaction and contentment, then you have to have an honest, open conversation with your mate about what it is that you really want. You also have to have the conversation with yourself. What is it that you really want? And is it realistic? Can you actually find what you really want in one person? So that's another conversation that you have to have. And you have to be ready for the answer to that. So if the person that you choose is capable and willing to give you what you're looking for, is another question that you have to ask yourself. Is that person capable and willing to give me what I'm looking for? You also have to know when to stay and when to leave. So oftentimes we get into the relationships, and sometimes we think that the person was what we were looking for, because oftentimes some people put on a mask or a facade in the beginning of the relationship, and then when the mask comes off, it's like, oh, who are you? Where did you come from? I want the person that I met a couple months ago. So you just have to be honest, and sometimes you have to leave, and sometimes it's okay to stay. But one of the things that I also mentioned in a previous issue of the magazine was, when do you know when to throw in the towel? And the answer to that question is when it is no longer a wise decision to stay. So I'm going to leave the pen right there. I'm not going to even go into that, because that's where the pen should end. So a lot of people think that relationships are supposed to be perfect because of what you see on television and movies and even social media. But don't be fooled by images that you see of couples who always appear to have it all together at all times. Trust me, they too have gone through some tough relationship challenges, or they're either going through some tough relationship challenges, or they will go through some tough relationship challenges in the future. No relationship is perfect, so going through challenges is inevitable. Why? Because it consists of two imperfect people. Nobody is perfect. So when you have two imperfect people coming together to try to be perfect, there's always some friction in there. So the key is overcoming those challenges. So again, nothing and no one is ever perfect. So that is why we have to have realistic expectations that at some point in your relationship will be challenged. Don't strive to achieve what you think others have. Don't strive to achieve perfection, because you'll be disappointed every time. You'll never get perfect. You might come close to it, which is a good thing, but nobody is perfect. So you'll never get 100% of everything that you're looking for. So what you should do is strive to achieve what is best for you and your relationship. Don't go into the relationship with unrealistic expectations. Again, at some point, you will encounter some challenges. And that is a normal part of life and the evolution of your relationship. So it is how you overcome the challenges that you encounter in your relationship that determines your level of commitment and satisfaction, as well as how committed you are to your partner and how much you want your relationship to work. So strive to be content and satisfied with the person that you choose, so that when external forces come into play, you're unfazed by them. The devil's job is to kill, steal, and destroy. So a lot of times there's all kinds of things that are thrown at you when you are in a relationship. So the key is, if you want it to work, then you will both learn how to overcome those challenges if they are things that you can overcome. So again, you have to know when to stay and when to leave. Again, there will be challenges and things that come to tear your relationships apart. So relationships take work to make them last long term. One of my challenges was staying power. It's something that I wrestle with. I wrestle with staying through the challenges. I stay for a period of time through the challenges, but when the challenges are overwhelming to me is when I take the fight or flight response, and usually that is the flight response. So that's something that I'm working on, because ultimately at the end of the day, I do want to have a long-term committed relationship with the right person. So relationships take work to make them last long-term. So if the both of you are putting in the work, so it takes two people to put in the work to make the relationship work. So if you both are putting in the effort and the time to make your relationship work for the betterment of each other, then eventually you will be happy, you will be satisfied, and you will be content. So that is the word of the month for August. May we all find contentment in our relationships. So that is in the For the Love of Relationships section. My name is Lynette Clement, and this is in the August 2020 issue of the Love Exquisite Magazine, which you can access through LoveExquisite.com, loveexquisite.com. Thank you. And if I appear a little stiff, it's because I was involved in a motor vehicle accident and I'm in a little pain right now, and my right arm is doing something, so I'm trying not to show that to you. But at any rate, be blessed, stay blessed, and be content. Thank you for listening. Peace and blessings to all of you.